Hi everybody, it's the Ruthless Jobber here. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 2 of £10 of Gold. It's NWA from June 2020. I have made a bit of a balls up, actually. I recorded the entire episode and the entire show of NWA Power 22, then realised there was no picture on the video. I'm absolutely gutted, actually, because we got a really good show. I went through the reasons for booking every match and all that sort of thing. And then, realised there was no pictures. So I'm kind of just going to go through the results here. And the rest of this episode will be episode 23 of NWA Power. Got a really good rating of 43. Very pleased with that. Do you know what? I'm absolutely gutted because there was a few things that came up. I was really excited. I was like, oh wow, that's a really good feature. That's brilliant. I'm not going to remember where they were or what they were now. Yeah, so I mean, this is very similar to the previous version of the game. It doesn't sort of show you everything. Disappointing. Basically, Billy Corgan has announced that he is going to sell the NWA, or at the very least, if he can't get the price he wants, he's going to allow someone else to come in and manage it. This is literally just so we can have an opportunity to bring in someone new and kayfabe, bring in new ideas to the company and basically book it the way I want to book it rather than the way Billy Corgan would have actually booked it. With a few sort of little changes here and there. So that was that. Yeah, that only got a 22 rating. I mean, it's a shame we can't go through the individual stuff here. Aaron Stevens defeated Terrell Dudley. Terrell Dudley we've brought in as a jobber on a 3-month contract. And it turns out he's also our only road agent, which is very annoying because he wasn't very good either. And also it means I'm probably going to have to... Well, I was going to say I'll probably have to keep him around. No, I don't, because I'll just bring in some road agents. But someone's also taken him under their wing as a prodigy. So now I do kind of have to think, maybe I should keep him. This match was for the North American title. I mean, it's a throwaway match, really. But it was just for someone for Aaron Stevens to beat and then bully. And the reason we've done that is because we've put him in a storyline with Marty Scurll. And so this would have had 3 parts, and it would have told me what each part rated. I can't believe I balls up with that recording. So Aaron Stevens started bullying Dudley, and Marty Scurll came out, stopped the bullying, chased Stevens off, and then cut a promo on Stevens. People are fed up of your arrogance, blah blah blah. So yeah, they're in a storyline. I then had Eddie Kingston defeat Thomas Latimer by countout. 53 rated match on that one. Really pleased with that. C.W. Anderson self-promo only got an 18. The Dawsons defeated the Rock and Roll Express, getting a 39. I know I'm rushing a bit, but this episode now should really just be, let's get on to the next show sort of thing. So Eli Drake wants a title shot, so we've put him in a storyline with Nick Aldis. And to kick it off, we've just had Eli Drake be interviewed by David Marquez. I hope I've pronounced that right. He wants a title shot, and just kicking off the storyline between those two. Where am I? The question mark defeated Tim Storm. Tim Storm's aging a little bit. He can start putting some other people over, and we want to get the question mark over. So he got the win. Looks very different there. I guess this screen uses their real names and their real or alternative faces. Yeah, the question mark defeated Tim Storm, and that was a rating of overall 36. See, it's a shame it doesn't tell you the wrestling rating and the crowd rating, because it would have done obviously in the previous running through the show properly. Zicky Dice promo video only got a 14. We need some more people who can be a bit entertaining. And Royce Isaacs defeated James Storm. So James Storm came to me before the show, and he said, I like the look of Royce Isaacs. He's got a future. I'll put him over. And it's 3 matches, all 3 angles. So we did a match here. We had Royce Isaacs get the win, and James Storm kind of, oh wow, congratulations, this has to be the biggest win in your career. Well done, you got me. Royce Isaacs did cheat, but maybe James Storm didn't see that. So he just thinks Royce Isaacs got a really good victory. Congratulations, pal. So extends his hand. Royce Isaacs shakes it. And then so leading James Storm into a false sense of security and then hitting him from behind. So Royce Isaacs gets a cheap shot in, and then part 3 of that angle was just James Storm kind of looking a bit sort of disappointed, annoyed, angry, emotionally hurt. Maybe how can you do this? From behind, cheap shot. You got a really good victory against me there, and you just whatever. So that was just to kick off their story. And then, so that would have been the post-match angle. That would have been 3 parts there, rating of 40 overall. So yeah, very disappointing that the recording didn't come out. I'm really sorry for that. I've literally just booked it. As you can see, it's now Thursday the 4th. I want to show you a little bit behind the scenes. We are signing some new people. We definitely need some road agents. We definitely need some more guys on the roster, and certainly some younger guys. We've got a lot of older people on this roster. It's going to take me a while to shape it the way I want it. Most saves, I think, are like that with TEW. You come in and you just got to do a bit of tinkering, get it the way you want it. So expect the first few months to not be great. But the fact that we are only small, we should, hopefully, I think we've got enough to keep gaining popularity for a while. So yeah, let's. I didn't actually do anything about those, did I? So let's complete all those sign-ins and go ahead and book and record and put in the bag NWA Power 23. So let's get into it then. This is episode 23 of NWA Power. It's the second episode of our series, but of course the first one you didn't see because I messed up. So basically, this is the card. I'm not going to do this every episode, but I think for the first couple, because it's a new game, let's just have a look. I'm not actually going to show you the whole booking process because it does take a little bit longer than the old version. But let's go through what we've got. So Ricky Starks, Rusev. This is a pre-show match. Now the only reason I've put this down as a pre-show match is I want Camille to be Rusev's manager, and the quickest way to find out if they've got chemistry is to put them in a match together. So Rusev's going to take on Ricky Starks. Rusev will get the victory, not that it really matters. The main purpose is just to see if there's any negative chemistry between Rusev and Camille. Then we will kick the show off with Trish Stratus. Basically, she's been appointed as the spokesperson for the new owner. And the new owner, she's only spoken to via, like phone, email, texting, whatever. Never met them. But it's someone who's known as the Professor. That's it. They're only known as the Professor. Anyone who saw the C-Verse mini-series I did with the demo version of the game, or the beta version of the game, will know where I'm going with this one. Basically, we're never going to see the Professor. They're just going to be a mystery sort of owner who pulls the strings, and Trish Stratus is the spokesperson. So she announces that this person, the Professor, I'm not going to say whether they're male or female. I might slip up every now and then and say he or she or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. They announce that the Professor is the new owner, and that she has been, Trish has been assigned as the spokesperson. So yeah, that's going to go for 5 minutes. Nothing more to say really about that. Then we're going to get into some action. Oh, she does sort of mention as well that, there's going to be a lot of changes. Already tonight there's going to be at least 3 debuts. There'll be more coming in the future. The Professor has been really busy behind the scenes, making signings, talking to people. We've got some big plans coming for this company. Colin Cassidy kicks us off against Michael Elgin. This is one of our debutantes. So yeah, just wanted Colin Cassidy to... I think Michael Elgin is also a debutant. I can't quite remember. I'm sorry. But yeah, Cassidy will be getting the victory there. Then we have Nick Aldis responds to Eli Drake's challenge, and he says he's going to consider it. And basically, he's not sure whether Drake is ready for a title shot, ready to hold the 10 pounds of gold. So they need to prove themselves. And he suggests a challenge for Eli Drake. And the idea I've got is that we're going to have a special TV show next week. At the moment, I'm recording on a Wednesday and the show is being broadcast on a Tuesday. That puts me out of sync. And what I mean by that is when we have a pay-per-view at the end of the month, the pay-per-view is going to happen before people see what happened on the TV show from the week before, if that makes sense. So I want to align it, but I don't want to miss a show, so we're going to have to add a show. So what I'll be doing from next week, we're going to record on a Monday, probably. Broadcast still on a Tuesday. That'll be the special. So we'll have a special on the Monday, broadcast on the Tuesday. Then immediately after that show's broadcast, I'm going to change it so that we record on a Thursday, broadcast on a Friday. So effectively we'll have 2 shows next week. Just so I record in the same week as it's actually broadcast. It makes sense to me. Hopefully it'll make sense to you. So the special is basically going to be Drake's challenge. There'll be other things going on as well, or I might just incorporate it into this challenge. We'll sort of wait and see on that. We then have the Rock and Roll Express with a self promo. I'm not going to go into that because it is just a 1-part angle of a promo. Luke Gallows takes on Trevor Murdoch. Luke Gallows is another one of our debutantes facing Trevor Murdoch. Gallows will be getting the victory. And then James Storm cuts a promo on Royce Isaacs. So I think I put 3 parts. It was 2 parts. 2 parts. So the first part, Storm cuts a promo on Isaacs, and then the second part is just Isaacs hitting Storm, with a chair, knocking him out. So we've got the first part, James Storm cutting a promo. David Marquez is the interviewer. And then, obviously, talking about Royce Isaacs off screen, that was a cheap shot. There was no need to do that. I was showing you respect for a great victory, and then you just hit me, from behind like that. Total cheap shot. No need for it. Part 2, Isaacs hits him from behind with a chair. Just keeping that storyline going. Then we have C.W. Anderson and Terrell Dudley. So two unimportant. Terrell Dudley is literally a jobber. Taking him off of road agent duties now. I did appoint a few road agents. A couple of them I'm quite pleased with. Al Snow, for starters. They're taking on the wild cards. And the wild cards are going to get the victory. So it's Thomas Latimer's actually going to get the win here. And it is Thomas Latimer and who's his partner? That is Royce, isn't it? I've got to get used to this roster. Let me just go back into this again, if it lets me. So, was it Royce Isaacs and Thomas Latimer. So after attacking James Storm, but James Storm being the face, he's not going to sort of get involved in this match. I could possibly have him standing at ringside, but I sort of just decided not to really. Then we've got Trish says a special show. So they've already been in contact with the Professor, and the Professor says, right, here's what we're going to do next week. There's going to be a gauntlet match. Eli Drake is going to have to go through a gauntlet, and if he survives at the end, he will get a shot at Nick Aldis's world title. And it's going to be a special show. As I say, we're just trying to align it correctly, so I'm not a week behind. I'm not going to go through it again. So there's that. It's just 1 part, 4-minute angle of Trish in the ring again. And then we have Marty Scurll taking on Randy Rain. Randy Rain is one of our jobbers. And it's just to give victory to Marty Scurll, and they are distracted by Aaron Stevens. Just to, another little seed into that storyline. Post-match there as well, Scurll obviously comes out, goes to the podium, or maybe just stays in the ring, but grabs a microphone and, cuts a promo on Aaron Stevens. There was no, what were you doing out here? What did you have in mind? I don't like it if you think you're going to sort of attack me in the middle of a match. You need to start watching your back. People are fed up with your arrogance, and you got it coming to you. So just to keep that storyline going. Oh, I should probably, because I need to sort of do this now, don't I? I'm only going to call it a minor storyline victory, and this one was the arrogance. So it's a victory for Marty Scurll against Aaron Stevens. Yes, it's a little bit more fiddly when advancing storylines. I do still kind of like it, though. I do like that these probably actually mean something now as well, the storyline victories. So I'm not complaining, but it does obviously just mean a little bit extra to do. Book that. Then we've got our main event, and this is just Ethan Carter III, a debut against Eddie Kingston. I didn't want to create a thing of this. I just wanted to put on a good match as our main event. We've got Ethan Carter the third has come in as a major star, and Eddie Kingston's a star. So I'm hoping we're going to get a decent score from that. Shall we go through the results? I think I'm okay. I don't think there's anything being messed up. So the right, okay, the pre-show match. Rusev and Camille are a very poor combination. Oh, that's a shame. So Camille won't be managing Rusev. That was the I'm glad I did this then. I'm glad I did this. We'll try and think of something for Camille to do. It would have been good if she could have managed Rusev, the whole Eastern European kind of. I don't know. I don't think Camille is Eastern European actually, but I just think she'd have had that look. No, in fact, I'm pretty sure she isn't. I think she just has that look about her, and I just think she would have that sort of stern kind of blank look would have just gone with someone like Rusev. Shame. So yeah, the crowd heat at the end, expectant and simmering. Okay, so expectant I've not seen before. I wonder if that's because it was a pre-show match. Wrestling rating 52, crowd 39, overall 58. I mean, I've got plans for Rusev, but I won't be having Camille as his manager. So then we've got the angle with Trish Stratus, 64 start. That's brilliant. Her fan favourite gimmick got an initial rating of great. I'm not going to go through the whys and wherefores of why I've booked stuff because I've just done that. We're just looking at the results really now. Colin Cassidy beating Michael Elgin, 48 for wrestling, 39 for crowd, and 56 overall. Pleased with that. Unfortunately, Colin Cassidy's loudmouth gimmick got poor, but Elgin's man beast gimmick doesn't look much like a man beast, but it did get a rating of great. Actually, we'll just pop in here, just have a look to see. Small boost to star quality and may receive a bonus when booked to look dominant. See, I don't think he's. Yeah, I didn't really plan for him to be a dominant worker, but well, we'll see. Then we've got the angle with Aldis on Eli Drake with David Marquez, 55 overall. Yeah, pleased with that. 34 rating for the Rock and Roll Express self promo. Probably should have scripted it, although Ricky Morton did pretty well, but Robert Gibson didn't. Yeah, 34 overall. And then Luke Gallows, Trevor Murdoch, 42 for the wrestling, 34 for the crowd, 49 overall. Again, something else to sort of be pleased with. Trevor Murdoch was off his game. Luke Gallows, his badass gimmick, got an initial rating of great. Always good to see that. May receive a bonus when booked to look dominant. Okay, worth keeping in mind. Now, I've heard some people complain that this game is like really slow. It's quicker for me. It probably depends on the database, but yeah, this is really quick. I'm quite pleased with how quickly it's sort of shifting between angles. This was the James Storm Royce Isaacs angle, 46 overall. Quite pleased with that one then. The storyline advanced, although it didn't gain heat, but oh well. And then the tag team match, the wild cards beating our two jobbers here, Terrell Dudley and C.W. Anderson. 34 for the wrestling, 21 for the crowd, but 42 overall though, so can't complain too much. Yeah, both of these to be lower than the overall score. That overall score, that must be bumped by other stuff. I'm not going to, actually I will have a quick look at the dirt sheet, but I don't really know what I'm looking at. I mean, it could be because, you know what, I don't know. A bonus from Al Snow, a bonus from the refereeing, a bonus for being a hot crowd, or a very hot crowd. So yeah, that's probably why you get ratings like that are higher than those two. I don't know. Trish Stratus, another little angle with her saying that the professor has decided there's going to be a special show next week, blah, 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 for Eli Drake's challenge. 74, that is definitely good. Oh, pleased with that. Marty Skrull taking on Randy Rain. 54 overall, that's really good. Wrestling rating of 47. 30 crowd rating. The crowd's still very hot, which is obviously what we want to be keeping. Gimmick changes is going to be Randy Rain, and it says it's adequate. We've got no plans for Randy Rain, but large boost to microphone skills. But then saying that, we don't know yet. There may be. Maybe we'll. I haven't had a good look at this roster, and I've brought a few of my own guys in. But yeah, we'll have to see really when it comes to the rest of the roster. And then we've got the post-match angle. Marty Skrull cutting a promo on Aaron Stevens, 61. The crowd is still very hot. That storyline gaining heat. Our main event. Oh my god, why did I bother? This has been a really good show up until this point. Eddie Kingston taking on Ethan Carter. Yeah, decent reaction from the crowd. Terrible wrestling. Ethan Carter III got the win. But yeah, 31 for the wrestling, 36 for the crowd, 38 overall. That's really disappointing. Let's just have a quick look at the gimmick changes then. Alright, nothing special. Why? What were the penalties? Eddie Kingston, physical condition. Okay. Inconsistency, stamina. Oh yeah, I remember that. I wanted to go longer for this match, but it came up that they couldn't do it. Although they still managed to get 15, but that's probably why then. Commentary, very low experience. That's really disappointing compared to the rest of the show. What do we get overall? 49. I'm still pleased with that. Yeah. I mean, okay, we've we got a debut out of the way in our main event. I'll probably start after the first few weeks when the roster's sort of shaping up. Main events will be a little bit more planned out and a little bit more of a storyline based. Something going on with them. But okay, show appeared worse because of my broadcast quality. Okay, that's worth bearing in mind. Then it might be another reason. Then why? Actually, no, that wouldn't be a reason at all why the main event was low. But no, overall 49. Yeah, pleased with that. Financial reports. We lost money on the first one. We lost money on this one as well. I think for the first few weeks we're going to lose money. I'm spending a lot on workers. I mean, don't forget this is individual show. So, I mean, hopefully end of month sponsorship should... Hopefully we can claw a little bit of this back. We'll have to wait and see on that, I guess. Popularity recap. Okay, I love this as well. Absolutely love this. So it said we increased popularity, but I'm guessing the fact that there's no arrows here, they're just like point two or 0.4 or something of a number that we've increased it by. So yeah, it won't really show anything there. We won't get a media scrum after TV. They only come in after major shows or like pay-per-views and stuff. I've only done one since I've been playing this game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. I've come back to this screen again. I probably won't do this after every episode. I don't want this to be like a full-on behind the scenes. There'll be bits and bobs. Plus, we've already sort of gone a good nearly 20 minutes for this episode because I've gone through all the pre-show and everything and shown you why I booked certain stuff. But yeah, just wanted a couple of emails. A couple of our guys have also signed now for like PWG and BJW. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We've got a little light bulb here. I don't think I've got any more signings I'm waiting on. Pay rise request, Elijah Burke. I don't even remember him being on my roster. Hang on a minute. What's Elijah Burke? He's not there. Okay. Maybe I haven't got everyone selected. Let's reset these search terms. Elijah Burke isn't there. What is he? Right, it must be down as something else then. And I'm being really, really stupid. Elijah Burke. He wants another $200, but I'm not prepared to do that until I know what he's doing. Right, I'm gonna deal with this off screen, off camera, because the episode's gone way too long. But where is he? Hope you've enjoyed this one. Please join me for the next one. The WTW 98 save is still going. It's still currently on TEW 2020 until after the 30th of August, which is what I had episodes saved all the way up to. So yeah, I've been the Ruthless Jobber. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you soon. Goodbye.